This video is all about building a better tomato cage that'll last you forever. Stay tuned for that, coming up. These rolls are pretty heavy, they're pretty dirty. You may need help loading it into a vehicle at Lowe's or Home Depot or wherever you're gonna get this roll. Put it in a vehicle you don't care about because there's a lot of rust on them. They'll stain a vehicle. Now that the roll is unloaded, the very first step is to start unwinding the roll. Just use some needle nose pliers, vice grips, a tool to do this. Be very careful when you let the final factory hook out because there's a lot of tension in this roll, and as you see, whoosh. Look at all the spinning action. It will stain your hands, you may want to wear gloves. It will cut your pants, you may want to wear old pants. When you make these, you will want to weight them down. The metal has a lot of memory in it and doesn't want to lay flat. The amount of material that I'm using for each cage is around 72 inches of material, so just measure that out and cut accordingly. Here I'm doing some cutting, leaving one end long. Then you can see just using some needle nose pliers to bend each end into a hook. I don't put a hook on every wire. I don't think that's necessary. Cutting off the other ends in between just so you don't get poked later on. The other side where the hooks will attach, you'll want to cut that off clean because you don't want any metal sticking out on that side. I also like to cut off any little pieces of wire sticking out the top and bottom just to eliminate poke hazards. And remember, this metal is under tension. It has a memory. Boing! Ow, my eye! Next step, simply pull the two ends together, putting the hook on the flat side. Pretty simple. For extra strength, you can go back to each hook and close the loop using a tool. Timing myself, it took 5 minutes to build one cage. Simply drop the cage over the tomato plant and you are good to go. Set it and forget it. You may need to tuck stray branches back into the cage at the beginning, and as the plant grows, that's no problem. Just simply push them back in, training all growth upward. A simple rebar stake or some other stake will help hold the cage to the ground if in a windy area. Just pound the stake in, zip tie, or use a piece of wire to affix the cage to the stake. I would suggest using at least 2 stakes per cage. Harvesting the tomatoes through the super tower is really easy. The squares in the mesh itself are very wide, so putting your hand and arm through there isn't a problem. Sometimes the biggest issue is actually trying to see the fruit through all the greenery. Give yourself some room to work around these. You're not paper thin. This is a big mistake I made. I didn't give myself enough room to walk all the way around the cage. If you've used this tower and you have comments or different suggestions on how to make them better, let me know in the comments below. I'll have more videos coming on tomatoes later this year. This is Diego on Tomato, Tomato. Thanks for watching. Until next time, be nice, be thankful, and do the work.